This is an elite programme. These are our best players at this particular age category.
We put them in the pressure zone all the time, so they feel it, they taste it, and all of a sudden, that's not that difficult anymore. When they go out to the middle, I've been here before.
It's a 360-degree cricket programme which aims to develop all aspects of the young elite cricket player: the technical, the tactical, the physical, the mental, and also the player's lifestyle.
And the ECB Under-18s programme is all about performing under pressure. A performance camp out in India seemed a perfect opportunity for us to try and give players a rest day and a chance also to give something back.
I think it's a great part of a life experience more than anything else. Sometimes it's a good idea for you to see how other people live, dealing with young kids, and just generally putting something back in, which I think for our guys here at the age they are, if they get used to doing that at this age, then hopefully they'll continue to do it for the rest of their lives.
I do think it makes a difference. It's preparing them and giving them the tools to succeed at the next levels which will be put in front of them.
Being an elite cricketer involves being elite on and off the field.
And I think it just helps you become a more rounded player, a more rounded person.
Me and Adam Rouse had a big involvement. We oversaw everything, created timelines.
Countless hours doing preparation for logistics, travel, raising money, getting kit.
And we just wanted to make sure that the day went as smoothly as we could.
This is the first time we've had to run an event, so it was very hard, very tough at times, very stressful. But we had to get everyone going. The boys are fantastic, listening to us and getting on with the jobs that they needed to do.
And as soon as we started doing the activities and the icebreakers with them, you could just see the smile on their faces just lift, and it was really nice to see that.
To see the kids smiling, laughing, going around, it looked like they were having just such a great time.
Some of the guys are pretty shy, and now they have been thrust into a situation where they're having to communicate, they're having to direct, they're having to lead. They're all elements of making them better people and better cricketers.
For me, I'm quite a quiet person, to be honest with you. I challenge myself to project my voice and improvise with the kids.
Gets us out of our comfort zone, having to speak in front of people, meeting new people, having to go and meet new people instead of just holding back and waiting for them to come and speak to you.
I feel a bit more self-confident now after that, and I feel like I can push my boundaries and step up.
It's had a huge impact on them, and it's had a huge awareness of their privilege.
And we just sort of realised where they were going back to, and it really sort of hit home of how lucky we are. If we've made even the slightest bit of difference, just fills me with pride.
If I was in their shoes, I think that you would appreciate the efforts. That they're pretty fortunate.
You never really realise how privileged you are yourselves until you see them.
Our two aims were to give something back and to challenge ourselves, and definitely the first aim, I really wanted to give something back, and I thought we achieved that as a group.
Throughout the whole day they all created bonds with the children, got really close. You got quite attached to your team, learnt all their names.
There was one little lad called Sachin, who I got really close to, really good cricketer. He just took to me, and we formed that relationship, and it was really hard at the end of the day when we had to say bye.
Primarily, these guys will be the right age group to play in the 2012 World Cup. I've been impressed with the quality of the cricketers coming through, the raw talent. This is a process of trying to shape that talent.
I was going to speak to Kate about an email address for Dream a Dream, just to see how they're all getting on, just to keep in contact with them, to show that we're not just there for a day, that we're still thinking about them back home in England.
But we just hope that we've really given them something to look forward to. I mean, we donated the kit, we've donated some prizes.
The big learning curve I took from yesterday was don't take anything for granted. Just a little quick cricket bat these kids treasured with their life.
I was very moved towards the end with a number of the things that were said and the impact that it had on the children, and also the thought of where those kids were going back to. But more for these guys, I was just delighted by how individually all of them stepped up from where they naturally are and were far more impressive than I'd ever hoped, so I was delighted.
Makes me feel proud of myself and proud of the whole team, basically.
I shed a tear on the bus after when we left. It had a massive impact on me and how I appreciate things in life.
I think the realisation when they started saying bye to some of the kids of where they were going and where we were going was so different. I think that's when it hit a few of our players, and there was a couple of quiet moments on the bus on the way home for a number of them.
I feel a bit sad knowing that we're going to go back to everyday lives and we'll never see them again probably.
I'd really love to do it again if I could. To see the happiness that we sort of brought was really satisfying. It was just a shame that we had to leave.
Fantastic day. It was just sort of heartwarming to see the joy on their faces.
Massive satisfaction to be a part of it and see the smiles on the kids' faces.
The day went perfect, ran so smoothly, the kids had such a good time, we had such a good time.
My most satisfying moment, other than seeing the smiles and hearing the laughter yesterday, was in the evening when we came back to the hotel and a number of players came and sat down because they just wanted to chat about what had happened for them, what they'd seen, what they liked, what they didn't. And the fact that you had 8 or 9 out of 15 boys actively wanting to talk about it and another 4 or 5 this morning just shows their thinking. It's made some sort of impact. And there was a beautiful link this morning that was done between the management about yesterday and the skills and the success and banking that and holding it there and transferring it into their cricket.
The lads, when they get back and they're sitting with their mums and dads, this will be pretty high up in terms of a memorable experience from the trip.